Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have a little demonstration we're going to do on the new Aventus Airbrush. My last video, I really didn't show a good small style pattern on it. I just went across the hood a little bit and, didn't really get that deep. Let's see how small this thing can actually go. So what we did is took a piece of paper, drew out 1-inch squares on here, and the airbrush gives you this little guide. A lot of airbrushes will give you, and basically saying, hey, this is what this airbrush can do, and you should be able to get the same results. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get those results, and I'm going to show you what we're doing to get to that point. So what we did is we took the airbrush and we have the small 1/10 cup on there, and we got our 0.2 needle with the kind of the crown tip on the end, and we are ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to use an alkyd paint on this. It's a thin paint, and it's going to be blue, so you'll be able to see it easy on the paper versus a silver. And we'll see what we can do with this thing. So if here we'll do it in squares, and you can kind of gauge how big this is going to be. And I'll show you what air pressure we're running and everything else, and we'll see how we can write with this. Alright guys, so before we get started, what I want to do is we're going to mark this paper. And basically this first row here, we're going to run it at 20 psi. Then we're going to drop down to 15 and down to 10. I'll show you the difference on how this will spray. We'll try maybe even lower, but usually 10, you don't want to go too much lower than that because you'll start getting, it'll kind of sputter a little bit because it's just not a lot coming out. So right now we're at 20, so we just got to figure out what we're going to write. We'll probably just do some basic lines. So this is 20 psi. So I'm going to just kind of on the back corner here, just kind of do a fill in. Just kind of give you an idea what 20 will do. This is a wide open. You can see it. I shouldn't say wide open. It's probably about half because it wants to push it out pretty good. That's all the way open right there. So you can see it covers pretty quick. See how small we can get this with 20. So you get some control out of it, but it takes a little bit because you got a lot of air pressure blowing out. Try to drop that back a little bit. So 20 is a little hard to control, as you can obviously see. We got a little bit there, but boy, you're really feathering that trigger. So let's knock this down to 15 psi. Okay, so 15 psi, that 5 psi makes a big difference. So once again, we'll do the end card here. This is kind of, I'll try to kind of wide open throttle. See, it takes a little bit more to fill it. So that's at 15. And we'll kind of come over here and see if we can do a little bit of different line patterns, see what we get. A little splatter there. You can see we got a lot more control. Control's a lot better at that lighter pressure. Get it come out here. Try to use the trigger back so I can. So it's 15 psi, so that's not too bad. Let's take it down to 10, see how we come out with that. Alright, so now we're at 10 psi, so let's try that wide open. That's wide open on the airbrush, so it takes a little bit more to do the job. It does it, but you get a lot nicer spray out of it. So once again, we'll try our thin lines here. see here. So you can write pretty good with that. It takes it down pretty small. Just for curiosity, we're going to take it on to 5, and we'll see what we can do with that. There's 5 psi right there. It might be a little too low. This is something you'd want to play with just to see what works best for you, what paint you're using. So this is 5 psi. Oh, we're losing it. Lost my finger control on it. So now when I bring it back, when you get a little deeper here, it's going to come out heavy like that, and you have to back it back off. 5 is a little hard to run with because there's just not enough there to push the paint out. But you can really get a little bit of a small pattern on it. Now for a smaller detail work, 5 and 10 works pretty good. So I'm going to bump that back up to 10. And there's back to 10 again. That's wide open right there. So even if you played around with it, even like a 7. So 10's about where it likes it the best, I feel. Maybe even 7 would work. So there we have it, guys. That does write pretty small, versus you can kind of just get bigger into the 20 range. You know, go that route. So I thought I'd show you a little bit of difference on the different air pressures, where you get a better pattern, more controlled spray. For me, I'm more of a 18 to 19 psi sprayer on pretty much most of my stuff. But if you wanted to do for some finer detail work, that 15, that sprays a lot better. Alkylate paints, I noticed the lower air pressure does spray a lot nicer. Even probably some of your metallic lacquers would probably spray the same. So we're going to take it back over the table and we'll compare it to that card they give us, and see kind of where we ended up at. You know, comparing it to that card they have, because they have a bunch of loops on there. So we'll see if we can replicate that. And they get the loops getting a little bigger. My hand's not as steady as the guy that did that card. See if I can drop her back down. This is at 10 psi. So you get some pretty small detail work with it. Yes, I got a little shaky hand, so that's just how it is. Alright, let's take it back over the bench and check out that card and kind of see where we're at with it. Alright guys, so there we have it. There's our little card. You can get that pretty dang close. I mean, it's pretty small. Like I say, I just don't have the steady hand like the guy the guy at Gaahleri. He's got a lot steadier hand than I do. Plus, if he's maybe standing up and the card is, say, in front of you and you're with the airbrush, versus I'm holding it down, that'd probably make a little different. That I'm holding the card, if I was basically holding the airbrush with 2 hands, that might make a difference. But yeah, I mean, you can get it pretty small. It'll actually write pretty small for you. So it does do good detail. As you can see, the lower the air pressure, the better you could get, per se. It's like I say, I mean, that's pretty small, you know, compared to, say, my fingers in there. That's pretty small writing. kind of give you something to compare with. A little sneak peek on my Gaahleri paints here I'm doing. I'm two-toning a 79 Ford pickup. So just to throw something out there, I mean, just a comparison to, so just like a hood, you know, I mean, that's pretty small writing. I mean, if you really want to get creative and wanted to do a little practice with it, I think you can get that pretty good. So there you have it, guys. The Gaahleri Aventus, the new airbrush. It does write pretty small, so it does do good detail work. I think a little bit of practice with it, you could get pretty good at it. Like I say, I'm just a little on the shaky side, so it's just, yeah. So there you have it. I think it writes pretty small. And that was with alkyd paint. You know, probably if you try something different, you're probably going to get different results. I'd actually really be curious what it'll do with an enamel. Maybe we'll try that next time around just to see what we can do with it and run with that. But I thought I'd show you guys just real quick kind of the detail you can get with this airbrush. So there you have it, guys. Once again, I appreciate you stopping by, checking out the channel, and we will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.